Jupiter.
Hi everybody, welcome back to this week's Astro Weather Forecast with me, Pixar T. This is for Monday, September 20th through Sunday, September 26th. I hope everybody's week went well last week. I'm doing great after that Saturn square. Just cut my bangs at like 6 in the morning, very mentally well. So the big events for this week, Venus is opposing Uranus, Libra season begins, and Mercury stations retrograde. We've got a lot to cover, so let's jump right in. Let's start with Monday, September 20th. So on Monday, we're coming out of the gate strong with a full moon in Pisces at 28 degrees, and that'll be around 5 p.m. Pacific time. There's some sort of culmination, some sort of illumination. Something is finished. Something is finishing up, maybe from the new moon 2 weeks ago. A new phase begins. This is still a full moon, so it might be a little wacky, as all full moons are. At the same time, that same day, Mercury is trining Jupiter, so there's some sort of assistance or a collaboration, basically indicating things going smoothly. And since the full moon is going to be in the late degrees of Pisces, that same night the moon moves into Aries. So we're moving on quickly, not necessarily dwelling on the full moon. And then on Tuesday, September 21st, Mercury is applying to square Pluto all day. So we have a powerful day. We may be feeling investigative, we may be researching something, possibly obsessing about something, maybe hearing or delivering messages with a punch, maybe feeling powerful. Be aware of power plays and control dynamics. Okay, on Wednesday, September 22nd, the sun moves into Libra and Libra season begins. We have a plot shift of some kind. Libra season in the northern hemisphere is when the sun reaches equilibrium of the fall equinox and darkness begins to take over the light. The sun begins to fall in the sky, which is why the sun has its fall in Libra, one of the reasons. So balance, harmony, justice, decision making are all highlighted. That same day, the moon goes void of course, so we may be feeling a little bit more distracted, maybe hard to focus, hard to get anything concrete done. A good time to rest and a good time to just go with the flow. Because that same day, Venus is, or I guess I should say that for the past week or so, Venus has been applying to a opposition with Uranus, and it will be applying pretty intensely until Thursday or Friday. So on Wednesday, you'll be feeling it too. So there might be shocks, surprises, or unique stuff, technology, women, unique relationships, unique or original things, innovation, possibly pertaining to freedom, independence, or autonomy. And moving into Thursday and Friday, Thursday, September 23rd, and Friday, September 24th, Venus will be opposing Uranus all day. This will be at 14 degrees of Taurus and 14 degrees of Scorpio. We're continuing the theme from the day before. Shocks, surprises, unique stuff involving technology, innovation, unique or original things, women or unique relationships, possibly pertaining to freedom or autonomy. And then for the weekend, on Saturday, the moon will be void of course all day. So again, hard to focus, hard to get anything done, maybe a bit distracting, challenging, a good day to go with the flow. And then on Sunday at around 10 p.m. Pacific time, Mercury stations retrograde. So Mercury will be moving very slow all week. There may be mercurial issues coming up for you, like travel issues, technology issues, communication issues. We see a slowdown of some kind, a delay, possibly a block, or even a reversal or a revisitation of something that's been done before. Maybe revisiting old things, reorganizing, redoing something. Mercury essentially stops and reverses, goes backwards for a while. So it's a good time to double check stuff that you've been planning or working on, or it's a good time to experiment and try new things because it can just be a nice trial period for you. But essentially, that's what I have for you this week. Let's jump into this sign by sign. I recommend you look at your rising sign first and foremost, but you can also check for your sun sign. So let's jump right in. Okay, Aries. So on Monday, September 20th, we have the full moon in Pisces. And so there's some sort of culmination, illumination, the finishing up of something that begun 2 weeks ago, possibly. The next phase begins. Still full moon, so as always, maybe a little wonky, maybe some pressure. You'll be feeling this maybe in your daily routine, maybe in your health, maybe with your daily work or your coworkers, or maybe your pets. Could be a hidden issue revealed as well. That same day, at the same time, Mercury is trining Jupiter. So for you, this could be a collaboration with friends, colleagues, networks, groups, and your relationships with a person or with a thing, essentially. A good collaborating day. And then later that evening, the moon moves into Aries. So whatever pressure you were feeling a little bit earlier, I assume there will be some sort of release that evening. And let's move on to Tuesday, the 21st. Mercury is applying to square Pluto all day. So it's a powerful day. We may be feeling investigative. We may be doing research, possibly pushing on obsessive, maybe hearing or delivering messages with a punch. Be aware of power plays and control dynamics with your praxis, with what you are doing currently, possibly with your job, your career, school, whatever you're doing most of the time. Be aware of these themes coming up. And then on Wednesday, Libra season begins. Focus on relationship is highlighted for you. Maybe relationships with a person or even relationships with a thing in particular. But relationships are highlighted for this season. This could include client work, one-on-one time, close friends, your significant other, or just a relationship with something that you are really close with all the time. That same day, the moon goes void of course. So it could be hard to focus, hard to get anything done, a lot more distractions than usual. Also, Venus is applying to oppose Uranus. We'll be feeling it pretty strong on Wednesday. There's shocks, surprises, or unique blessings with your finances, your possessions, your income, and also possibly your partner's stuff, or shared resources or money, possibly involving women or just unique relationships in general. A lot of the same stuff Wednesday through Friday. So on Thursday, September 23rd, and Friday, September 24th, Venus is opposing Uranus all day, and the moon conjoins it. So again, shocks, surprises, or unique blessings, unique stuff with finances, possessions, your stuff, and shared resources. Also, stuff we usually avoid, hard conversations and difficult feelings of grief or anxiety could be brought up to be dealt with. So on Saturday, September 25th, the moon is void of course all day. Again, we have distractions, hard to focus, might be hard to get anything done. And then on Sunday, September 26th, Mercury stations retrograde at 25 degrees Libra. So there might be a revisitation or a reversal or a block in terms of relationships for you, a relationship with a person or a relationship with a thing, or it could be reorganizing or redoing something, or a trial period. And this Mercury retrograde will station direct around October 18th. So that's what I have for this week. Let me know how it goes. Please comment below. I would love to hear from you. And let's move on to Taurus risings. So let's start on Monday for Taurus risings. On the 20th, we have our full moon in Pisces. So there's some sort of culmination, illumination, or the finishing up of something that started possibly 2 weeks ago. The next phase begins. There's a culmination in your network, in your friends, in your groups, with your colleagues. Something is finishing up, something is done, something is illuminated, maybe you realize something as well. That same day, Mercury is trining Jupiter, so although we have some pressure from the full moon, there is some harmony and assistance with what you are doing and your daily routine. There is some harmony and assistance with your career or your praxis and what you are doing day to day and your daily routine. There's some sort of harmony happening there, which is really nice to take advantage of. And later that night, since the full moon was in Pisces at the late degrees, the moon moves into Aries pretty quickly. So we're not dwelling too much on the culmination, illumination. We're gonna be maybe focusing more on rest, maybe retreat, or alone time, taking some alone time, using our grounding tools, using our spiritual tools. A good day for that, or a good evening for that. And on Tuesday, the 21st, Mercury is squaring Pluto. We may be feeling investigative, we may be researching something, we may be pushing on obsessing over something, maybe hearing or delivering messages with a punch. Be aware of power plays and control dynamics with your daily routine, your health, your pets, your coworkers, and work in general. And then on Wednesday, the 22nd, Libra season begins. And so this is a season for you of paying extra attention to your daily routine, to your health, to your pets, to your daily work, and possibly your coworkers. Just extra focus there. That same day, the moon is void of course, so it may be distracting, it may be hard to focus, hard to get anything concrete done. Just be aware of that happening. And we'll also be feeling Venus opposing Uranus. This will be at 14 degrees of Taurus and 14 degrees of Scorpio. There's shocks, surprises, unique stuff happening with you or someone close to you. A realization possibly, thoughts about your identity, how you see the world, or how you are seen. And the transit could involve technology, innovation, unique or original things, and women, or possibly unique relationships, or pertaining to freedom or autonomy. And moving on to Thursday and Friday, the 23rd and 24th, a lot of the same stuff, a lot of the same vibe, because Venus will be opposing Uranus all 3 of these days. So again, shocks, surprises, unique stuff happening with you or with someone close to you. Maybe thoughts about your identity, realizations about how you are seen or how you see the world. And on Saturday, the 25th, the moon will be void of course all day. So again, hard to focus and lots of distractions that day. And then on Sunday, the 26th, Mercury stations retrograde. So there may be a delay, a block, a revisitation, a redo of something with your daily routine, with your health, with your pets, with your coworkers, with your work in general. Maybe trying out something new, experimenting. It's a good trial period. Mercury will be retrograde until October 18th. So we have all this time to try something new or to try something old again. And that's what I have for my Taurus risings. So let me know how it goes for you. Please comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear what you have planned this week. And let's move on to Gemini risings. Gemini, jumping right into Monday, the 20th, we have our full moon in Pisces. And so there's going to be a culmination and illumination with your praxis, which is essentially what you are doing. So that could be your career, that could be your job, that's just your day-to-day, what you are known for doing. Illumination there. Maybe you're a lot busier. Maybe you're finishing up something that has begun 2 weeks ago. And the new phase begins. A full moon's always kind of weird, so wonky energy, maybe having issues sleeping, but maybe overall feeling a bit busy. That same day, Mercury is trining Jupiter, so there's some sort of assistance with your higher mind, travel, ideas, and also your recreation and your enjoyment and your art, your projects, your kids. There's some sort of collaboration, harmony, assistance there. And then that same day, since the full moon was in the late degrees of Pisces, the moon moves into Aries. So there's some sort of release. It'll be a good time to have with your friends, with your colleagues, your networks, your groups. A good time for that. And then let's move on to Tuesday, the 21st. Mercury is applying to square Pluto all day. So a powerful day, an intense day. We may be feeling investigative. We may be doing more research. We may be, might possibly be pushing on obsessive. Maybe hearing or delivering messages with a punch. Be aware of power plays and control dynamics maybe in regards to your projects, your children, your pleasure, your romance, recreation and enjoyment. Did I say projects? Projects. Okay. Also, other people's resources, maybe feeling a little bit anxious, dealing with things that we usually try to avoid. So yeah, dealing with that kind of stuff. And then on Wednesday, September 22nd, the sun moves into Libra, so Libra season begins. It's the season of joy for my Geminis. Enjoyment, romance, pleasure, recreation, art, projects, and kids are all highlighted. The same day, the moon goes void of course, so it may be distracting, hard to focus, hard to get anything done. And at the same time, Venus is opposing Uranus. So, feeling pressure possibly, but shocks, surprises maybe, unique stuff happening with your daily routine, maybe a shakeup there, possibly unique work, or involving unique women or unique relationships, and also just the need for rest, retreat, solitude, alone time. That's what the Venus-Uranus energy has for Geminis. So Thursday and Friday are a lot of the same feelings from Wednesday. We have Venus opposing Uranus, so there's pressure, unique stuff, shocks, surprises, original work happening with your daily routine, your health, your pets, your coworkers, your work, and possibly needing more rest, needing more alone time, or retreating, maybe needing more solitude in general. And then on Saturday, the 25th, the moon will be void of course all day. So again, hard to focus, maybe more distractions, challenges. It's a good day to just go with the flow. And on Sunday, Mercury, your favoritist planet ever, stations retrograde. So that's your ruling planet. So as a Gemini, you will be feeling this more than most signs. Your vitality may be affected. There may be a delay, a block, or a reversal with projects or enjoyment or romance, or maybe with your kids, or maybe just a revisitation of old projects or old creations, old things that you used to enjoy, or redoing or reorganizing the stuff that brings you joy. Could get a text from your ex, hopefully not. You could be the one who is texting your ex. Don't do that. But Mercury will go direct on October 18th, so we have a little bit less than a month of this sort of trial period. It's also a good time to try something new, just to see if you can implement it in your daily routine or implement it with your projects when it stations direct again. And that's what I have for you this week for my Geminis. Please let me know what's going on with you. Please comment below. I would love to hear from my Geminis. Okay, let's put Cancer on the ascendant and look at Monday, the 20th. We have our full moon in Pisces at 28 degrees Pisces around 5 p.m. Pacific time. So there's some sort of culmination, illumination, the finishing up of something, maybe something that started 2 weeks ago during the new moon. A next phase begins. It's still a full moon and you're a Cancer, so you will definitely be feeling this full moon. You may have more energy. It may be harder to sleep. There may be sillier things happening with you, but there's some sort of culmination or illumination with the higher mind. So your mind expands a little bit. It may be with a philosophy or spirituality, religion, politics, some sort of philosophy, or maybe with school or with travel, maybe with yoga or the occult. Tarot and astrology are also involved in all of that. So some sort of culmination or illumination there. The same day, Mercury is trining Jupiter. So although you have all that pressure from the full moon, there is harmony and assistance from your home life and your property and your ancestors and possibly other people's resources. And then later that night at around 8 p.m. Pacific, the moon moves into Aries. And so that night, focus shifts maybe more to your praxis or your career or what you're doing the next day. We're not really dwelling too much on the full moon. And then moving on to Tuesday, the 21st, Mercury will be applying to square Pluto all day. So it's a powerful day, maybe an intense or dramatic day. We may be feeling investigative. We may be researching something, possibly pushing on obsessive, maybe hearing or delivering messages with a punch. Be aware of power plays and control dynamics with your home, your roots, your property, your ancestors, your parents, and your relationships with a person or your relationships with a thing. Be aware of that on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, the 22nd, Libra season begins. So, focus shifts to home life, roots, property, ancestors, parents, rest, homeostasis. It's a good hibernation season for Cancers. That same day, the moon goes void, of course, so again, it might be hard to get anything done. It might be hard to focus. There might be a lot of distractions, a lot more challenges than usual. And also, we're feeling Venus opposing Uranus. And so there's pressure, surprises, or unique stuff happening with your friends, your groups, your colleagues, your networks, and women, or unique relationships, and your projects, your recreation, your romance, and possibly your kids. And then moving on to Thursday and Friday, it's a lot of the same feeling from Wednesday. Venus will be opposing Uranus all day, and the moon will meet up with that to highlight that transit for us. So again, pressure, surprises, or unique stuff happening with your friends, colleagues, groups, as well as your projects, your creativity, your enjoyment, your recreation, your kids, possibly romance, or involving unique women or unique relationships as well. And then on Saturday, the 25th, the moon is void, of course, all day. So again, hard to focus, more distractions, possibly a little more challenging to get anything done. A better day to just go with the flow. And then on Sunday, the 26th, Mercury stations retrograde. This will be at 26 degrees Libra, and it will station direct again October 18th. So we have a little less than a month for kind of a trial period. There may be a delay, a block, or reversal with something in regards to your home life, home topics, your property, your roots, your foundation, your family, your parents, or a revisitation of old things or old stuff, reorganizing or redoing things that have been done before or visited before. It's not all bad. It could be just visiting old stuff, which I think Cancers have fun with, if I remember correctly. So that's what I have for you this week. Please let me know what you have planned. Let me know how last week went too. I'd love to hear from you. Please comment below. And let's move on to our Leo risings. Okay, Leo rising. Let's start with Monday, the 20th. We have our full moon in Pisces. It'll be at 28 degrees of Pisces, so that's late degrees. There's some sort of culmination, some sort of illumination, some sort of finishing up of something that begun 2 weeks ago during the new moon. The next phase begins. This moon may highlight your shared resources. It may highlight things that you usually avoid, and it's bringing it up to deal with it. And so you may feel a little bit more anxious. It's a good time to use your grounding tools. That same day, Mercury is trining Jupiter, so there's some harmony and assistance helping you out here. There's some sort of collaboration with your relationships and your neighborhood or your community where you live. There's some sort of collaboration or harmony there. And later that night, the moon moves into Aries at around 8 p.m. Pacific time. So we're not dwelling on the full moon too much. Focus shifts to seeing the big picture, maybe looking at a philosophy, looking at old philosophies, maybe traveling, maybe schooling, maybe talking astrology. But yeah, we're not dwelling on the full moon because the moon moves into Aries that day as well. And then on Tuesday, September 21st, Mercury is applying to square Pluto all day. It's a powerful day, an intense or dramatic day, possibly. We may be feeling investigative. We may be researching something, maybe borderline obsessing over something, maybe hearing or delivering messages with a punch. Be aware of power plays and control dynamics with your work, your daily routine, your coworkers, your health, your pets, and just hard work that you don't generally get credit for. Be aware of that on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, the 22nd, the sun moves into Libra. So Libra season begins. And so focus for you shifts to community, short distance travel, communicating, a thought process, the way you're thinking about things, your neighbors, your siblings, your roommates, and schooling, teaching, and learning. Focus shifts there for the next month, the next season, I should say. The same day, the moon goes void of course, so it may be distracting, hard to focus, hard to get anything done. And we're also going to be feeling Venus opposing Uranus. So there's pressure, surprises, or unique stuff happening with what you are doing, what you are known for doing, and where you live. Women may be involved somehow, or possibly unique relationships. There's some sort of shift with your foundation and your home and your praxis. It's a very angular transit for my Leo risings. And Thursday and Friday have a lot of the same vibe. We have the pressure, the surprises, the unique stuff happening with what you are doing, with where you live. Women may be involved somehow, or a unique relationship. A shift with your foundation, with your family, with your home life, and your praxis. And then on Saturday, the 25th, the moon will be void of course all day. So it's a good day to just go with the flow. It'll be hard to get much done. Lots of distractions possibly. So, especially because Mercury will be slowing down. Because on Sunday, the 26th, Mercury stations retrograde at 25 degrees Libra. And it will station direct on October 18th. So there will be some sort of delay, some sort of block or reversal or revisitation with your community, with short distance travel, with communicating, with your thought processes, the way you thought about something, your neighbors, your siblings, your roommates, possibly commerce or schooling, teaching or learning, maybe reorganizing something, redoing it, or revisiting, or trial period for something with your community. And your community could be your house, it could be your block, it could be your city. Whatever community is to you, we have a highlight there of something being revisited or blocked. So that's what I have for my Leo risings. Please let me know what you have planned. Please let me know how it's going for you. I would love to hear from you. Please comment below. And let's move on to Virgo risings. So for Virgo, on Monday, September 20th, we have a full moon in Pisces. There'll be some sort of culmination, illumination, or finishing up of something, or maybe something that started 2 weeks ago during the new moon. Maybe a relationship with a person or with a thing, a close friend, a crush, having more one-on-one time, maybe with your clients. But a next phase begins in some way. And it still is a full moon, so it still might be kind of wonky, might be some weirdness happening. But that same day, at the same time, Mercury is trining Jupiter. So there's some sort of collaboration between your daily routine and your finances. And that's everybody's dream. So you win. Game over. The moon moves into Aries later that night. And the focus shifts to shared resources, to possibly anxiety or things we usually avoid that makes us anxious. Things rather avoided. It's a good time to journal or to use whatever grounding tools you have available to you if you are feeling it. And on Tuesday, September 21st, Mercury is applying to square Pluto all day. So it's a powerful day. an intense or dramatic day, possibly. We may be feeling investigative. We may want to research something. We may be pushing on obsessing over something, maybe hearing or delivering messages with a punch. Be aware of power plays and control dynamics with your finances, with your income, with your personal possessions, your stuff, and also your enjoyment, your recreation, your projects, your children, your romance. These are all the archetypes at play here on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, the 22nd, the season change happens. The sun leaves Virgo and moves into Libra. So focus again shifts to your finances, your personal possessions, your income. A lot of focus on that this season. The same day, the moon goes void of course, so it may be distracting, hard to focus, hard to get anything done. We will also be feeling the Venus-Uranus opposition, and so there may be shocks, surprises, or unique stuff happening with your community, your roommates, your neighbors, short distance travel, communicating or thought processes, your siblings, or commerce, teaching, learning, schooling, and also the higher mind. So traveling, philosophies, spirituality, the bigger picture in general, possibly relating to women or unique relationships. The Venus-Uranus opposition is mind-blowing, essentially. It's in the axis of the lower and the higher mind for my Virgo risings. So be prepared for mind expansion this week. On Thursday and Friday, it's a lot of the same stuff. On Thursday, the 23rd, and Friday, the 24th, we still have Venus applying to an opposition with Uranus. So, shocks, surprises, unique stuff, maybe involving technology or innovation, maybe involving your community, your roommates, your siblings, your neighbors, and the mind, possibly relating to women or unique relationships. So again, more of that mind expansion from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then on Saturday, the moon goes void of course, so it's a good day to go with the flow. It'll be really hard to get anything concrete done. We may be feeling a lot more distracted. There may be more challenges that come up. And then on Sunday, September 26th, Mercury stations retrograde. And Mercury is your ruling planet, so you may feel this a little bit more than extra. A little bit more than most people. It may affect your vitality. You may want to slow down. You may want to rest a little bit more. There may be a block, a delay in your life, or a reversal of some kind. Maybe with your personal possessions. Maybe your stuff, something you ordered is delayed or has to be sent back. Maybe pertaining to your finances or your income. Some sort of revisitation. You're going to go back over it. Mercury stops and goes backwards. So there will be a block or a delay and a reversal to go back and check something. It's also a good time for a trial period. It's a good time to experiment with something to see if you want to implement it further. And Mercury will station direct October 18th. So we have a little bit less than a month for this experimental time or this trial period or this block. So that's what I have for Virgo risings. Please let me know what you have planned. Let me know how it goes. I would love to hear from you. Comment below. And let's move on to Libra. Okay, Libra. On Monday, September 20th, we have our full moon in Pisces. So there's some sort of culmination, illumination, or the finishing up of something maybe that started 2 weeks ago during that new moon. It may feel challenging. It's a full moon, so as always, a little bit wacky possibly. But this moon will highlight your routine, your work, the daily grind essentially, your coworkers, your pets, and possibly your health. At the same time, Mercury is trining Jupiter. So there's some sort of harmony with your enjoyment, with your pleasure and recreation, your projects, your creativity, your romance, or your kids. There's some sort of harmony happening there, and assistance possibly. And then later that night, the moon moves into Aries. So we're not dwelling too much on the full moon. The focus shifts to relationships, a relationship with a person, relationship with a thing, maybe one-on-one time, hanging out with a close friend, or client work. And then on Tuesday, the 21st, we have our Mercury Pluto square. And this will be a powerful and intense day, possibly dramatic. You may be feeling investigative, doing research, pushing on obsessing over something, maybe. Be aware of that feeling. Maybe hearing or delivering messages with a punch. Be aware of power plays and control dynamics with your home life. Maybe your property, your roots, your ancestors. There's some sort of tension there. And then on Wednesday, the 22nd, the sun moves into Libra. So Libra season begins. Your identity, your wants, your needs, how you view yourself, and how you relate to the world, how you present yourself are all highlighted this month or this season. Self-awareness is very available to you this month. Realizations and awakenings, perhaps. That same day, the moon is void of course. So, a little bit distracting, hard to get anything solid done. It's good to go with the flow, because we're also going to be feeling Venus opposing Uranus. So that'll be shocks, surprises, or unique stuff happening with your finances or your personal possessions, and the sharing of resources. Also, anxiety, hard conversations, stuff we usually avoid, possibly including unique relationship or women. Thursday and Friday are a lot of the same. Venus will be exacting its opposition with Uranus, so surprises, restlessness, unique stuff happening with your finances, your income, your personal possessions, possibly your diet, possibly feeling anxiety or dealing with stuff that you usually avoid, possibly pertaining to unique relationships or unique women. And then on Saturday, the 25th, moon will be void of course all day, so that'll be distracting. A good day to just go with the flow. On Sunday, the 26th, Mercury stations retrograde. So, since Mercury is stationing retrograde in Libra, you will be feeling this Mercury retrograde more than usual. It's a significant day. There may be a block, a delay, or a reversal. Or maybe a revisitation of old things, something that has been visited before, maybe reorganizing something, maybe redoing something. It's good to consciously use the retrograde. So that's what I have for my Libra risings. I'd love to hear from you. Please let me know what you have going this week. Let me know how it goes and comment below. And let's move on to Scorpios. Scorpio risings. On Monday, the 20th, we have a full moon in Pisces. So there may be a culmination, illumination, or finishing up of possibly a project that you started 2 weeks ago. A project, something you enjoy, a romance, pleasure, something with your kids maybe. But a next phase begins, essentially. And as always, a full moon is a little bit wacky, so be aware of that. The same day, Mercury is trining Jupiter. There's some sort of opportunity to rest, retreat, take alone time, take solitude, which I know Scorpio risings generally need. And later that evening, the moon moves into Aries. So focus shifts to your daily routine, daily work, the grind, possibly your health, possibly your pets. And then on Tuesday, September 21st, Mercury and Pluto square off. It may be a powerful or intense day. We may be feeling investigative, doing research, bordering on obsessive, maybe hearing or delivering messages with a punch. Be aware of power plays and control dynamics also, especially with your thought processes, with schooling, with the way you're thinking about something, maybe your community, travel, your roommates, communicating, your neighbors, your siblings. And then on Wednesday, the 22nd, Libra season begins. And for Scorpios, this is a rest and retreat season. Focus on your spiritual tools, focus on your grounding tools, focus on retreat during Libra season is the best way to go. It's a good hibernating season. And the moon goes void, of course, the same day, so it'll be distracting, It'll be hard to get anything done. There may be more challenges than usual. And Venus is also applying to oppose Uranus. So there's shocks, surprises, and unique stuff happening with your relationships and your identity. Maybe the way that you are seen or the way that you want to be seen. Maybe having to do with freedom, autonomy, and independence is highlighted. Maybe also innovative, maybe technology related as well. And Wednesday, Thursday, Friday all have a lot of the same energy. Thursday and Friday, Venus is still opposing Uranus, so we're still feeling the shocks, the surprises, the unique stuff happening with your relationships or your identity, possibly pertaining to freedom, autonomy, or independence. And on Saturday, September 25th, the moon's void of course, so that may be distracting, may be hard to get anything done. And then on Sunday, the 26th, Mercury stations retrograde. So, a surprise, delay, block, or revisitation may be in order. Maybe a revisitation of old ghosts, old things, old spiritual tools, old grounding tools are all possibilities of a Mercury retrograde for Scorpios. And that's what I have for you this week. So please let me know how it goes for you. Let me know what you have planned. I would love to hear from you. Comment below. And moving on to Sag risings. Okay, Sag risings. On Monday the 20th, we have our full moon in Pisces. So there's some sort of culmination, illumination, finishing up of something that started maybe 2 weeks ago during the new moon. Your home life, your property, your roots, your family, your parents. Some sort of new phase begins. At the same time, Mercury is trining Jupiter. So that's a helpful aspect. There's harmony within your networks, with your groups, with your friends, and your community, your roommates, your neighbors, and where you live. Later that night, the moon moves into Aries, so we're not dwelling too much on this full moon. We're moving on quite fast. The focus for you shifts to pleasure, romance, fun, recreation, enjoyment, or kids, and creativity projects. And then on Tuesday, September 21st, Mercury is applying to square Pluto all day. So it's a powerful and intense day. We may be feeling investigative. We may be researching, lurking, stalking, pushing on obsessive, maybe hearing or delivering messages with a punch. Be aware of power plays and control dynamics with your stuff, your finances, your personal possessions, and your friends, your groups, your networks, your colleagues. And then on Wednesday, the 22nd, Libra season begins. And this is a season for you with more activity with friends, with networks, with people who share the same goal as you, essentially. So Libra season is usually pretty fun for the Sages. The same day, the moon goes void of course, so it's hard to focus, hard to get anything done. We're also feeling Venus and Uranus opposing each other. There may be shocks, surprises, or unique stuff happening with your relationships, possibly involving women or just unique different types of relationships. Possible change up in routine, possible change up for your pets, a mixture of blessings and challenges. Maybe dealing with hidden enemies, possibly representing Venus and Scorpio in your 12th house. So be aware of all of that, because we're going to be feeling all that same energy from Wednesday, Thursday to Friday. So Thursday the 23rd and Friday the 24th, it's a lot of the same thing. We're feeling the shocks and surprises and unique stuff happening with your relationships, and possibly involving unique women or just a unique relationship in general. There's a possible change up in your daily routine, a change up with your pets, with your health, with your work, with your coworkers. A mixture of blessings and dealings with possible hidden enemies, represented by Venus and Scorpio in your 12th house. Make use of your spiritual tools and ritual. On Saturday, the 25th, the moon will be void of course, so that's a good day to just go with the flow. It'll be hard to get anything done. It'll be pretty distracting. And then on Sunday, the 26th, Mercury stations retrograde. So for you, a delay, a block, a revisitation, or a reversal with friends, groups, networks, maybe dealing with old friends, dealing with old groups, or dealing with old topics with your friends, possibly. Mercury will station direct October 18th, so we have a little bit less than a month to deal with this Mercury retrograde. So that's what I have for my Sages. Please let me know how your week is going for you. Let me know what you have planned. I would love to hear from you, and comment below. And we will move on. Capricorn. So for Capricorns, on Monday the 20th, we have that full moon in Pisces. There's some sort of culmination, illumination, or finishing up of something that happened maybe 2 weeks ago during that new moon in Virgo. Maybe something is finishing up in regards to the way you've thought about something before, a thought process, a project, something with your community or short distance travel, your roommates, your neighbors, your siblings, maybe commerce, teaching, learning, schooling. Some sort of next phase begins though. That same day, Mercury is trining Jupiter. So that's a helpful aspect that brings some sort of harmony between your income, your finances, your personal possessions, and your praxis, your job, what you are known for doing. There's some sort of harmony happening there, which is everybody's dream. So a blessing with that full moon. And that same day, since the full moon is at the late degrees of Pisces, the moon moves into Aries later that night. Focus shifts to your home life, your property, your ancestors, your family, your parents, or rest and homeostasis. And then on Tuesday, September 21st, we have Mercury squaring Pluto. So it's a powerful, intense day, maybe dramatic. We may be feeling investigative. We may be doing research. We may be bordering on obsessing over something. Maybe hearing or receiving messages with a punch. Be aware of power plays and control dynamics in general, especially with your praxis and what you are doing generally. It could affect your career or what you do on a day-to-day basis or what you are known for doing. And then on Wednesday, Libra season begins. So for you, you'll get busier. There'll be more focus on praxis, on your job, your career, what you are known for doing, your reputation. There's more focus on what you are doing and how you are seen. You will be a lot more seen with the sun in Libra. That same day, the moon goes void of course, so it may be distracting, may be hard to get anything done. We're also feeling Venus oppose Uranus. Venus is opposing Uranus, so there may be shocks, surprises, or unique blessings with your projects, your creations, your pleasure, your romance, and possibly your colleagues, your friends, your networks, and your groups. And then on Thursday and Friday, we're having a lot of the same energy because Venus will be exacting its opposition with Uranus. So shocks, surprises, or unique stuff happening with your projects, your creations, your romance, your kids, and your colleagues, your networks, your groups, and your friends. And then on Saturday, the 25th, the moon will be void of course all day, so it will be distracting. It'll be hard to get anything done. Might be hard to focus. Good day to go with the flow. And then on Sunday, on the 26th, Mercury stations retrograde. So there's some sort of delay, block, or reversal with what you've been up to lately, with your career, with your job, with what you are doing, or possibly a revisitation of stuff that you used to do in the past. That's what I have for my Cap risings. Please let me know what you have planned. Let me know how it's going for you. I would love to hear from you and comment below. And we will move on to Aquarius. On Monday, the 20th, we start with that full moon in Pisces, and there's some sort of culmination or illumination. There's a finishing up of something that maybe started 2 weeks ago. Maybe with your income, with your finances, with your personal possessions. Some sort of next phase begins. It's a full moon, so as always, it might be a little bit wonky. The same day, Mercury is trining Jupiter. So, thoughts of philosophy, spirituality, travels, schooling, and the higher mind are highlighted for you. And later that night, the moon moves into Aries. The focus shifts to thought processes, the way you've thought about something before, maybe your community, your neighbors, your roommates, your siblings, short distance travel, communicating a message, or schooling. You might get busy brain that night, so be aware of that when you're trying to fall asleep. And then on Tuesday, the 21st, Mercury is squaring Pluto. It's a powerful and intense day, maybe dramatic. We may be feeling investigative, doing research, possibly pushing on obsessive, maybe hearing or delivering messages with a punch. Be aware of power plays and control dynamics with travel, with your schooling, with spirituality, with the philosophy, with storytelling, with the higher mind in general. And then on Wednesday, September 22nd, Libra season begins. So things get a bit lighter for you. This is a better season than Virgo season. Focus shifts to expansion, possibly travel, school, spirituality, the higher mind, and storytelling. The same day, the moon goes void of course, so it will be hard to focus. It may be distracting. There may be challenges that come up. And at the same time, we're feeling Venus coming up to oppose Uranus. So there may be shocks, surprises, or unique stuff happening with you. Maybe with your home life, with your property, your family, your parents, your ancestors, and also your praxis, your job, your career, what you are known for doing, how you are seen, and maybe your relationships as well. And Thursday and Friday have a lot of the same energy because Thursday and Friday, Venus is exacting its opposition with Uranus. So we have the shocks, surprises, or unique stuff happening for you in general, possibly with your home life, your work life, your career life, and your relationship life. And then on Saturday, the 25th, the moon will be void of course all day. So that'll be distracting, possibly harder to focus, harder to get things done. And then moving on to Sunday, that's when Mercury stations retrograde. So this weekend, Mercury will be slowing down, and so there may be technological difficulties or communication issues, some sort of delay, block, reversal, or a revisitation of old ideas, the higher mind, spirituality, storytelling, traveling, or schooling. But Mercury stations direct October 18th, so we have a little less than a month for this trial period, this experimentation time while Mercury's retrograde. It's a good time to try to see if you want to implement it later. So this block or delay is a good time to gather what you need to gather to move forward. And that is what I have this week for Aquariuses. So please let me know how it goes for you. Please let me know what you have planned. I would love to hear from you, and comment below. Pisces risings. On Monday, we have a full moon in Pisces. So this is a big culmination, big illumination, or a realization maybe pertaining to your identity, how you view the world, or maybe with your relationships. And the same day, Mercury is trining Jupiter, so there's some sort of hidden or surprise support or blessing for you there. And we're not going to dwell too much on the full moon because the full moon is at the late degrees of Pisces. And later that night, the moon moves into Aries. So focus shifts to your income, possibly, your personal possessions, your food, your finances, and your stuff. And then on Tuesday, the 21st, Mercury will be applying to square Pluto all day. So that's a powerful and intense, possibly dramatic day. We may be feeling investigative, we may be doing more research, possibly pushing on obsessive, maybe hearing or delivering messages with a punch. Be aware of power plays and control dynamics that day, especially in regards to shared resources, anxiety, stuff that you usually avoid, your friends, your groups, your networks. And then on Wednesday, the 22nd, Libra season begins. So the focus for you shifts to shared resources, to your partner's stuff, anxiety, money, stuff that we usually try to avoid, hard conversations. It's a good time and a season to remember your spiritual tools, your grounding tools. Just remember to stay in your body. The moon will go void of course that day, so there will be distractions. It's a good day to just go with the flow. We'll also be feeling Venus opposing Uranus. So prepare for your mind to be blown during the Venus-Uranus transit. There'll be a shock, a surprise, a realization, or unique blessing with your higher mind, with spirituality, realizations, traveling, schooling, your roommates, your community, the way that you communicate things, your neighborhood. And we're going to be feeling a lot of the same thing Thursday and Friday, because Venus will be opposing Uranus Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is when it exacts. So again, prepare for your mind to be blown at the end of this week. Shocks, surprises, and unique stuff pertaining to your mind and your community. Traveling, schooling, roommates, siblings, neighbors, community. And then on Saturday, the moon will be void of course all day. It'll be more distracting. It'll be hard to focus. It's a good day to just go with the flow. Because on Sunday, Mercury stations retrograde. So there's some sort of delay, block, or reversal with shared resources, your partner's stuff, anxiety, money, stuff we usually try to avoid. It's a good time to, again, remember your grounding tools. We may be revisiting old ghosts. It's a very healing time, and it'll be retrograde until October 18th. We have a little less than a month for this revisitation or this trial period, essentially. And that's what I have for my Pisces. So I'd love to hear from you. Please let me know how it goes for you. Let me know what you have planned and comment below. And that's what I have for everybody. So that's this week's forecast, September 20th through the 26th. Thank you again for joining me. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate your support. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye.